The third and final week of the preseason is here. A fourth exhibition game is a thing of the past. It's the Colts and the Bengals on Thursday night.
From the banks of the Ohio River, there's a look at what's now known as Paycor Stadium here in Cincinnati.
Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis with you, and now we sit, CD, at week 3 of the preseason, and this is the one that the coaches probably think is pretty valuable, right?
Certainly. This is the dress rehearsal. This is the one where your starters are going to play. You might even game plan a little bit more than you do with a normal preseason game, and then you've got to decide, do you bring them back after halftime and get them going again in the third quarter so they're ready to go when the regular season begins? I'm eager to see how these coaches will handle that.
We are set to go. Evan McPherson to do the honors, and we are underway from Cincinnati. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. The Colts heading out for the first time behind their 22-year-old quarterback in his second season now in the NFL, Anthony Richardson.
And we're talking about an uber-talented young quarterback, finally healthy after a season ago. Obviously, you'd love to have him on the field, but the time away may have been a blessing in disguise in terms of long-term development. And if you ask anyone around the Indianapolis camp, make no mistake about it, they have lofty expectations of this young man, and he is a big, big player in the Colts' future.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Now Richardson back to throw it. That's to the rookie from Texas, Adonai Mitchell. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. The catch and run going to wind up netting him 33 yards.
And the offense is saying to itself right now, if only they were all this easy, because he was wide open. And once he made the catch, plenty of room to work his way downfield. That was a breakdown on the defensive side of the ball, one that they want to fix immediately.
Richardson looking to throw this. Throwing middle, and it's complete. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Now a 2nd and 2. Here's the first carry for Khalil Herbert. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. 3rd down and 1. They'll run with Herbert. And the broken tackle helps lead to a first down gain. Had a chance to maybe limit them to 3 if they could have gotten that stop there, but a new set of downs.
And with a new set of downs, you got to take the mentality of the whole thing. Right now, everyone's looking at the offense and saying they've got the advantage. The best defenses just say, okay, new set of downs gives us another chance to make a play ourselves and maybe change things up.
2nd and 10. Richardson looking to throw. A short throw. This is caught by Cox. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives him a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. The drive stays alive. A 3rd down gain of 8. And the pocket's been protected pretty good here so far on the opening drive.
We always talk about confidence in runners and catchers and quarterbacks. How about the protection detail? They're not allowing anyone near the guy throwing the football.
Back to the air with Richardson. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down. Now Richardson. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. Now, right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. Now it's Richardson. And the ball is knocked out.
And the defense not able to get it. From a defensive perspective, what's that moment like when you realize the ball is loose?
It is a moment where all concentration goes right to the football. This is something you've talked about in all your preparation for the game. You probably talked about since training camp. Knock the ball free, take it away from the other team, and now you have that chance. There's a little bit of deflation when they end up recovering it.
They knocked it free, but couldn't take it away.
And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23.
Here come the Bengals now to take over.
Now they'll be led out by their quarterback, a former Pac-12 Offensive Player of the Year from the University of Washington. It's Jake Browning.
And he performed admirably a year ago when he was forced into the starting lineup over the final 7 games of the season, going 4-3 while completing over 70% of his passes. This team feels comfortable with him trotting out there, knowing he's going to give them a shot to win on any given week, and they're hoping he's able to do that here.
And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20.
Here's Browning. That one taken in by Burton.
Short completion, just 4 yards, and it'll be 2nd down.
Now the first carry for Zach Moss.
Little power on the move that time, but still tackled shy of the 20. Give him 3 yards on the run. Now they'll need to draw up something good here on 3rd and 13.
To throw, Browning. He'll drop this underneath the Moss.
And he'll be stopped here well short of the 1st down at the 24-yard line. 5 yards, not enough, and it'll be 4th down. The Bengals bring out their punter now as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. Call that a 45-yard punt, just 2 yards there on the return. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Richardson out of the shotgun. Across midfield. Down to the 10.
Touchdown, Indianapolis.
Adonai Mitchell.
69 yards.
And the Colts are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
And he showcased his blazing speed on that one.
Was he wearing football cleats or track spikes? Because he was gone. Big-time play, and just think about what that does if you're a receiver on the team with him. Well, that's got to open things up for you as well, because if I'm a defense, I've got to get back deeper and deeper in order to keep him in front. But I'm not sure how many can actually keep him in front with that speed.
Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead grows to 10-0. They certainly made quick work of that, ultra-quick work. One of the fastest drives you'll ever see, just one play resulting in the touchdown.
So an early 10-0 lead for them now as they kick it away. And he takes this near the 25, just a little pass there, call it the 26.
Cincinnati coming back onto the field here for their 2nd drive. They'll look to get something started. They need to, down 10-0 early as they've got it 1st and 10. They'll send a receiver here in motion right.
Now Browning.
He finds his man, complete. It's Moss. So just 3 yards on the completion there, and that will bring up 2nd down. Looking to throw. Browning.
A short throw there, pulled in by All.
And he gets this up to the 34, out of bounds there. The tight end in motion right. On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air.
A short throw there, pulled in by All. And he is going to have a Bengals 1st down by a couple of yards as they're able to get 4 there on 3rd and 2. Here's a give to Moss out of the shotgun.
And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
2nd down and 8. Right back to Moss.
And able to get this one all the way up to about the 46-yard line.
A yard all they need, but it's 3rd down.
Back to throw. Browning.
That is caught.
And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. And this 3rd down looking very tough after the holding penalty. 3rd and long. Operating from the gun. Browning. And that will be incomplete.
2 drives won't tell the story of this game, but you absolutely have to like how this defense has played thus far. They have yet to allow this offense to get untracked in this one.
First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. A 41-yard punt there with no return. And out will come the offense as they take over. Here comes the Indianapolis offense now as they get set to take over.
Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
And his play caller does a nice job of giving him an easy throw to start this drive, and he takes advantage of it. The completion sets up a manageable 2nd down.
And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
That's some good closing speed there defensively because that looked open for a minute. But that's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up, converged on his man, and broke the play up.
And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. The defense stiffens to force 4th down following that first down gain of 8.
Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
Out is Rigoberto Sanchez on 4th down to punt this thing.
Charlie Jones deep for Cincinnati.
This is fielded at the 27. They'll get 9 yards on the return there following a punt of 42. And the Bengals will take over here 1st and 10.
The Bengals offense getting set and ready to go again here.
They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on 3rd down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a 1st down and change our momentum?
To throw again on 2nd down. Browning. The Colts are going to get him. Down he goes.
Neville Gallimore powering his way in and burying him.
And they weren't in zone coverage. They were in man, and each man did his job.
And that looked like vintage, old-school coverage, didn't it? Man coverage reminded me of an old Raiders team. They had a Hall of Famer at one corner and a Defensive Player of the Year at the other, and they just locked people down. I know this offense was expecting to do big things, but it certainly hasn't turned out that way, at least not through the first 3 drives. They're definitely going to have to put their heads together and start concocting some offense that'll move the ball downfield.
And he's getting a workout here in this first quarter as he gets it away. So a change of possession here on the punt.
And they will take over 1st and 10. Indianapolis offense ready to go again.
They're looking sharp, out early to a 10-zip lead and looking for more as they've got it 1st and 10.
Starting on the ground with Herbert.
And he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down.
They'll go again with Herbert.
And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up third down.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. On third down, Herbert.
And he will have a first down here at about the 40. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs.
Brandon, what were they thinking on defense there? They looked like they were playing for the pass. That was 3rd and short. Yeah, it was an easy pickup because they handed it to him. That was way too easy.
Just looked like absolute confusion defensively. Not sure why they were in that set.
Yeah, I'd say you ought to have a few men in the box there.
The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And it's 2nd down.
From the shotgun, Richardson. A throw on the money there to Doolin.
And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals' 42. A 14-yard gain for Indianapolis and also move the sticks.
Now, that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit because against man, it's often a tight curl, tight, sharply run route. Against zone, you're just looking for that open spot, that dead area, so you make curl a little bit wider just to get to that place.
And usually a tight window. He fired a bullet in there for the completion. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
A short throw. This is caught by Cox. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And now 3rd down and 6 to go.
Here's Richardson to throw.
And that is incomplete. And that'll bring up 4th down as his Cincy defense stands up on 3rd.
How about that? Red man coverage and decided to test them early. But it proved up to the task and forced the incompletion.
And he has got it from 55 yards away. That was never in doubt. And that will extend their lead even further. That was perfect. From distance, he steps up, knocks it right down Main Street.
And Main Street's celebrating right now with him, aren't they? I love the mechanics of the whole thing. Snap, hold, everything was right on target, and the blocking was perfect, and he executed so well.
And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
Now the Cincinnati offense ready to see what they can do here. They find themselves in a good-size hole here, and a good-size hole early on in this game as they come up on 1st down. Throwing to start the drive. Browning. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. Looking to throw. Browning.
Now this one complete to Burton.
9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. Off play action. Browning.
And that is incomplete. Oh, he did everything but hold on to it. But a nice play defensively, and now it brings up 4th down. Here's Ryan Rico now,
as he's on to punt for the 4th time tonight. A good kick, 49 yards, just 3 on the return.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The Colts getting another possession here on offense.
And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best.
On the gas.
Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
And this one complete to Doolin.
His 4th catch already in this 1st quarter. It's a 1st down.
Richardson. And this is incomplete. Very lucky to get that one back. That nearly picked. It's 2nd down now. And Richardson yet again.
And this complete to Mitchell. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. So 2 first downs, and that moves the ball to the 42 now, 1st and 10.
Herbert powering up the middle.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. Give him 2 yards on the gain there, and it will take us to the end of quarter number 1. 13-0 is the score after 1 on EA Sports. Start of the 2nd quarter, and it's the Colts in possession.
Ball spotted at the 45. Here's a 2nd and 8. Back to throw. Here's Richardson. That's complete to his running back, Herbert.
And he is going to lose yardage here.
So the call there, roughing the passer.
Well, the preseason's time for working out the kinks, but sometimes you've got some defenders who are too eager to impress, trying to make...
The Bengal pressure gets him that time. Down he goes. Slipping into the backfield for the sack was Oren Burks. And there they bring pressure from the inside, and they get home.
Yeah, hard to block everyone, isn't it? And on this play, someone did not get blocked. He's the one who got home.
After the sack on 1st down, Richardson. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. Well, a nice job of bodying him up defensively. And now it brings up 3rd down.
Back to throw. Richardson. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he's got another 1st down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals 28. Another good reception there. The Colts on the march.
Well, things are definitely going right for them here in the first half. Pick a down, any down, even 3rd down, no problem. They get a connection there and pick up a fresh set of downs, continuing to move the ball.
On 1st and 10, it's Herbert.
And he'll be taken down just shy of the red zone at the 21. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. Looking to throw. Richardson.
He's got the tight end, Mo Alley Cox.
That good for 6 as they keep this drive right on rolling.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Richardson working from the gun.
Firing quickly here, and that's complete. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and that's going to bring up 2nd down.
Read option. Here's Herbert.
And only about a yard there as he takes it from the 9 to the 8.
They just keep trying, but so far, finding no room for him to run.
None whatsoever. In fact, you run the numbers. He's under 3 yards a carry at the moment.
Able to find the open man. That's complete.
And inside the 5 here before he's out of bounds right at the 3. The gain of 5 that time gives him the conversion and makes it 1st and goal.
Herbert will get down close to the goal line, but not in, as he'll be marked down at the 1.
He'll get 2 out of that run, and it's going to bring up a 2nd and goal.
And they'll run again.
And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis.
Khalil Herbert
punching it in from a yard away as his guys have opened up a very comfortable lead.
Well, he finishes off the drive with a touchdown run, Charles. Remember, he also had a catch on this drive as well.
And that's what running backs want to be in today's NFL, a complete back. 3 downs, stay on the field, run it, and catch it. And he gets it done.
Sanchez now, he'll kick it away following the touchdown. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27.
The Bengals offense now, they head back onto the field.
And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're
You don't
down.
want to.
Well, no, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you
Now
just
you
called
can
it.
go.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it. You mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that they've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Throw right side, going to be complete to Moss. And he goes out of bounds, it looks like right at the 50. So the completion good for 6 yards, and that'll make it second down. Off the bootleg, Browning. This complete to Jones. And tackled down after a gain of 3, leaves him with 1 yard to go on third down. And the Bengals on third down, just 1 for 5 to this point. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. Back to throw again. On the slant, he'll get it to Jones. And he is going to have a Bengals first down as this defense unable to hold. It's a 7-yard gain there on 3rd and 2. Moss on the give up the middle. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. Out of the gun. They'll look to throw. A short throw there pulled in by All. And he gets this down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. This will be the 8th play of the drive here. 3rd and 4. Back to throw. Browning. Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
As a corner, you have to be able to run with guys step for step downfield in man coverage and make up ground quickly in zone. You have to put yourself in position to make plays, just like that one we saw there.
McPherson's kick is good, and that will move the deficit from 20 down to 17. These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted, but I have a theory about it. You want to hear it?
Yep.
They are more athletic now than ever before. Talk about kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their histories. You'll find that they were big-time athletes all along, but their kicking was so prevalent that we made them specialists.
Well, and now those 50-plus yarders seem easy for some reason. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated, they both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Same exact result as last play, a pickup of 11. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Here's a give to Herbert. And this has been a recurring theme tonight for sure. Nowhere to run. Back to the line of scrimmage, that's all. Here's 2nd and 10. Now Richardson back to throw it. A short throw. This is caught by Cox.
It certainly feels like there are more stars at the tight end position than there were even 10 years ago. And I think it's become more of a glamour position because of the ways it can hurt a defense, and guys want to be involved. They can be in line, close to the line of scrimmage. They can split out like receivers. But hands, route running, speed, and some toughness to go across the middle, you put it all together, you got a heck of a tight end candidate.
Now Richardson. That is caught by Herbert. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's second down. Now it's Richardson. A short throw. This is caught by Cox. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain.
They're trying to keep the drive going. This will be play number 8. It's 3rd and 2.
Herbert now on the option.
And they needed 2. They could only get 1. 4th down.
Well, they've certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
On 4th down, here's the option. Oh, and fine work there as he gets this thing down to the 11-yard line.
4th down, no problem. Just a ho-hum pickup of 14 to keep the offense on the field.
So this offense able to convert on 4th, and now a fresh set of downs here. 1st and 10. Running this slant, and he finds Mitchell.
And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
Here's 2nd and 2 now from the 3. A handoff for Herbert.
And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. It's a 3-yard pickup, and that sets up a 1st and goal. And no signal yet. I don't think he got in. He didn't. They'll mark him at the 1. Another shot from the 1 on 2nd and goal.
Richardson looking to throw this.
Touchdown!
Jelani Woods.
A 1-yard touchdown reception.
And the Colts are able to add on to their first half lead. Well, he is such a matchup nightmare down near the goal line, CD, and another example right there on that play for the touchdown.
It's borderline impossible to defend this guy because that kind of size, he can still get out and run a crisp route, and he has excellent hands. Even if you stick with him, all the quarterback has to do is lob it up, and he can win almost any jump ball.
Extra point right down the middle. And the route is on here in this first half.
Sanchez now, he'll kick it away following the touchdown. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line.
Cincinnati now ready to take the field. They trail here by 24 points. Got to get going soon, you'd have to think, as they come up 1st and 10.
To throw, Browning.
Throw left side complete. That's Burton. And he gets this up to the 34 out of bounds there.
From the 34-yard line, here's 2nd and 3. Here's Browning.
Got his man. It's Williams. His first catch, good for 8 and a 1st down.
When you're struggling on offense, you're looking for anything possible to get you going. Sometimes you do it like basketball teams that don't normally press. You put a press on, bring people to life, make them move a little bit quicker. Maybe that'll help them as they head towards the half.
And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. The Bengals passing game finding a rhythm. They've got another first.
Now that's the kind of big play you'd like to see. This first half, it hasn't gone their way, and they could use a shot in the arm, something to perk them up a bit. And they get one here in the passing game.
They'll send a receiver in motion left.
Now Browning.
Quick hitter here. It's complete. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. Not what they had in mind there. That's going to go as a loss of 4.
They'll run out of the gun with Moss.
And a decent gain there as that takes us to the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. They need to get to the 29 if they want to pick up a first here on 3rd down. Operating from the gun, Browning.
He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
These offensive starters still out there in the 2nd quarter. You would think the plans for them to at least play into the 3rd quarter, if not all the way through it.
Yeah, it might go by feel. If they have a really good first drive to start the 3rd quarter, they might pull them after that. If not, might leave them out there a little bit longer, but I'll guarantee this, they'll be gone by the start of the 4th quarter.
These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration. Now, seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
The Colts offense and Anthony Richardson ready for this next possession. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. Richardson looking to throw.
Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. Touchdown, Indianapolis.
Ashton Doolin.
75 yards as his guys are able to push that lead out a bit further. And we didn't even get a chance to settle in for that drive. A quick strike of 75 yards, and they find the end zone.
Don't you get the sense that film study was behind this one, that they saw something that they thought they could take advantage of? The key is calling it in the right situation, knowing when it exists to go to it. They did exactly that. They've got to feel really good about what they did in advance of this game.
Just looking down at the sideline now, their defense is like, man, can you have strung that out just a few plays? Give us a break. Back out there.
Hey, man, give that water break and get on out there and play.
Sanchez now. He'll kick it away following the touchdown.
Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here.
Cincinnati's offense coming back here onto the field.
They've been settling quite a bit. They've been able to move the football some, but they've just been settling. That's one of the reasons they're down on the scoreboard.
I love that word you picked, settling, because nowadays in this NFL, you're thinking touchdown almost every drive because everything's so high-powered. Yeah, you'll take the field goal, but you always feel like you're leaving points out there when you don't put it in the end zone.
They'll be trying to put it in the end zone here on this drive.
Now a 2nd and 10.
Looking to throw. Browning.
And that is incomplete. Nearly intercepted. The free safety couldn't quite get his hands around it, and it brings up 3rd down.
Operating from the gun. Browning. And he'll be brought down by the Colts. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
So on 4th down, out is Ryan Rico to punt.
We'll call that a 47-yard punt, a return of just 3.
The Colts offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. And he's done everything you could have asked for coming in. He's spread it around. He hasn't taken many chances. And he's potentially on his way to a big game throwing the football.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive.
Charles, this offense, they've been on a roll. 2 drives ago they scored. Remember, last drive was that one-play touchdown strike, so now they're looking to make it 3 for 3.
You know, I talked to a Hall of Famer one time about, hey, when you're on defense and these types of things are happening to you, what goes through your mind? And he told me at that point, it's not about schemes. It's not about what's called from the sideline. It's about players. Who's going to make a play, make a stand, and stop this offense from doing what they've been doing?
From the 40 now on 2nd down. Richardson. Now that's into the hands of Mo Alley Cox, the tight end.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
A final shot before the half. Richardson.
He'll buy some time right. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. So we come to halftime here with the visiting Colts taking the lead to the locker room. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thank you very much. Week 3 of the preseason is here. Everyone wrapping up their exhibition schedule. No games for the league on Labor Day weekend. And then it all begins. The 17-game regular season gets underway on the Thursday after Labor Day with the NFL kickoff game.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Our starters likely to be out there for the 3rd quarter as we get back underway in this 2nd half.
And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Well, the Bengal offense ready to go to begin this third quarter.
Throwing to start the drive. Browning.
He'll find Williams on the slant.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. Fresh out of the locker room, they hit him with a gain of over 20.
Well, maybe this offense has learned something from watching their counterparts work. I'm wondering if their coaching staff said, let's do what they've been doing the entire game, because that's worked well. This offense, they have not looked particularly good all game long, but a nice throw there for a good gain and a first down.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw.
Now that's to the left sideline and incomplete.
You know, last week I remember asking you, what would an offensive coordinator be looking for week 2 of the preseason? Now we're in week 3. Defensive coordinator-wise, what's he looking at?
For the most part in preseason, you're playing pretty basic stuff, pretty vanilla defenses. You're looking for guys that play with abandon, that just go out and make plays and kind of let their athletic ability take over in order for you to notice them.
A first down there on a pickup of 25. Again, he'll drop to throw. And he's got it. Touchdown, Bengals. 25 yards for the touchdown.
And the Bengals are able to cut into that deficit.
I wonder if he changed anything on his play sheet or they just executed better, because they had 2 previous drives that ended in field goals. Before this one, they finally were able to put into the end zone.
Well, whatever he did, speaking of the offensive coordinator, might be using that formula going forward. It worked there.
Yeah, it worked very well. He and his field general in pretty good sync right now. They're starting to move the ball well.
Extra point by McPherson, up and good.
And that'll cut the lead back down to 21.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. The visitors' offense and their quarterback headed out for this next possession. And as we show you some of the highlights from earlier, he has been instrumental in getting his guys the lead as he looks to finish strong and close this one out.
The Indy offense at the line and set to go.
And they were terrific in the first half, built up a sizable lead, and it's just been cut into a bit following the opening drive score on the other side. But this is a unit that has to be itching to get the football again.
You can say that again. They've got to be pretty eager because, let's face it, they've had to sit through halftime, then sit on the sidelines and watch that drive. So you can bet that they're saying, let's get on with this. We got to go out there and get some more points.
Now an option play on second down.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. And that one will go for 13 yards on the keeper and a first down.
And this one complete to Doolin.
Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and that'll bring up second down.
Here's Richardson to throw.
Going to throw right side here, complete. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals 35.
Richardson. A throw on the money there to Doolin.
And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown.
Ashton Doolin.
Ready for the regular season with his second touchdown of the game.
And the Colts are able to widen their advantage. Boy, he has been fun to watch throwing the football in this one. It's certainly not fun for that defense, though, Charles. Now up to 4 touchdown passes in this ball game.
Yeah, we're supposed to be neutral, but I'm feeling their pain right now because he has absolutely carved up this secondary. A clinic on how to attack a defense and take them out of the game.
Point after, right down the middle. And that'll increase their lead to 28. The drive summary that time, 5 plays. And it culminates in an Indianapolis touchdown.
Sanchez now, he'll kick it away following the touchdown. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The Bengals offense returns to the field. And right now, Charles, it just feels like they're trying to keep pace. They did score the touchdown last time out, but they still trail by double digits here. We'll see if this offense is once again up to the task.
Yeah, and I think that after the last drive, they've got to be pretty revved up, don't you think? Everything they were doing was working pretty well. They go back out there with the same mindset, play at the same tempo and the same pace. Still a lot of time left to make something happen in this one.
And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. They'll run on first down with Moss. And slow going there as he'll only get a yard, maybe, up to the 41. And we're at the 41, 2nd and 9. They'll go again here with Moss.
And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43.
But now they're in a spot that every team tells us when we have our production meetings they don't want to be in, 3rd and long. And that's because those back-to-back running plays just didn't accomplish a whole lot.
Got his man complete over the middle. That's Williams. He's brought down after a pickup of 5, but he needed 8. 4th down.
One of the selling points of the in route is it gives the quarterback a really nice sight line to his receiver and almost on a direct shot able to throw the ball into the middle of the field and have a great chance of success as they did on that play.
There, this punt will go out of bounds. I think it'll be inside the 25, and it will. Right at the 24-yard line is where they'll spot it. The Colts now, their offense works their way back onto the field. And as we look back at how we got here, you'll notice a common theme in these highlights. A lot of yardage through the air. The passing game has been sharp right from the outset. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now, but let's give credit where it's due because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
Yeah, because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They'll run. It's Herbert. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
He's into space past the 25. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Adonai Mitchell. His 2nd touchdown of the night. And the Colts have taken a 5-touchdown lead.
In order to lead in a game, you're going to get plenty of contributors, but that's his 2nd touchdown catch of this game. He's one of the key guys in this one.
And you better believe he'll be looking for the hat trick here as this one continues to go. Now for the point after. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. A drive there of just 4 plays. And the result for the Colts is a touchdown. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The Bengals set to take over. See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He would love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
They'll go up the middle here with Moss. Muscles him off. And some space here. And they work this well upfield across the 45. 53 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far. They went with the nickel look defensively, so they had 5 defensive backs in there. Didn't help them stop the run.
Yeah, I love that. The nickel look, 5 cents, 5 DBs. But what also happens then? You take a big body off the field in order to insert that guy. So you're taking a big off for a little, and oftentimes you can run the football effectively against that defense.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Browning. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down. So now 3rd and 10. A big play to start the drive, but nothing since. Back to throw. Browning. That'll be caught over the middle by Moss. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there. It's a gain of 13, and the Bengals have a 1st down.
Well, the margin on that scoreboard, obviously, for them, it looks daunting. But I don't know, Charles. They're probably not focused on that right now. Maybe just chaining together a positive drive with plays like we just saw, giving themselves something to build on.
Yeah, I think you're right about that. And what they have to be careful of is getting glued to that scoreboard, trying to do too much. Because if you do that, you're all but guaranteed to start making mistakes. Just focus on one play at a time and make each one successful.
And able to steer clear of that first tackler as he works his way forward for about 4.
They'll work from the 36 on 2nd and 6.
Off the play fake. Browning. Over the middle, complete. That's Jones. And they move this all the way down to the 9. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a 1st down.
And he will cover up as he's touched down after a short gain.
The line of scrimmage, the 7 now on 2nd and goal.
On the give, this is Moss.
And he gets halfway there from the 6 to the 3 on a gain of 3.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. And he'll just toss it away. So he throws it away, and that brings up 4th down.
Boy, such a good drive. You'd hate to have it end in 3. Do you think about going for it?
Absolutely. I mean, the fact that they've moved the ball so well should lead you to the decision that maybe we should go for it right here. Also, as a head coach, show some confidence in your team. Let them know you think they can go get it.
So his 3rd field goal of the ball game brings him a bit closer, but there's no question they need to start turning some of these 3s into 6s.
And 7s and probably even 8s. You know, as a kicker, you just head out when you're called upon, so he's done his job. It's the rest of the offense that needs to get it in gear. They want to close this gap.
And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The visitors' offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. And he's been a nightmare to scheme against throughout this one. This defense has been totally taken apart, and that is borne out in his numbers. He's been terrific all game long.
Hits his target, the tight end, Mo Alley-Cox. And that's good for a gain of 6, and it's 2nd down.
Nice rhythm throw there on 1st down. He located his tight end, made it a nice, easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage.
A give left side here for Herbert.
And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35.
47 yards for him on the ground now on 18 carries.
That's a good, nice, crisp run for a 1st down. I wonder if the defense might have been loosened up a little bit, maybe anticipating a pass instead of the run that they got.
On 1st down, right back to Herbert.
And this defense not giving him anything there. Maybe a yard up to the 36.
Now 2nd and 9. Back to throw. Here's Richardson.
It's caught. Mitchell. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41. A nickel look now for the Bengals as they try to stop him here on 3rd down.
From the shotgun, Richardson. That is incomplete.
Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, there was not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
As Sanchez on to punt here as he sends this one away. Call that a 41-yard punt, 6 yards on the return.
And the Bengals take over 1st and 10.
Now the Cincinnati offense ready to see what they can do here. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
From the 31, Browning.
And that's caught inside the 35. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. A big play there. 69 yards.
And the Bengals are able to make some inroads here to that deficit.
And that time he came out of the slot for that big play downfield for the score.
I think what we just saw there, partner, was what we call scheming a guy open. Put him in the slot, know that he has tremendous speed. What you're doing with your other receivers is likely running shorter routes to draw the attention closer to the line of scrimmage, to give him a chance to get downfield and turn it into a one-on-one route, often against the safety. You like your odds when he's running against the safety. His speed usually wins, and it did on that play.
And he takes this near the 25, just a little pass there, call it the 26. So now out comes this offense led by their quarterback as they take over once more. And he had it going in the first half, that's for sure. He's really had his way with his secondary. They've been powerless to stop him, and he'll look to keep it rolling right here.
Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. He's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3.
Richardson working from the gun.
And a quick throw here, that's complete. He's been big, 2 touchdowns earlier. Now he's got a first down here. And he's certainly been a huge factor in this when he's got the 2 touchdowns to his credit. Now they look to him again. He picks up the first.
Yeah, I can hear everyone saying, well, why don't you cover him, double him, triple him, do what you have to do. But sometimes they get locked into such a groove and such a connection, it doesn't matter how many guys are in his area.
He certainly looks to be in that groove right now.
This is Herbert.
And able to break 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain.
9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
Looking to throw.
Richardson. Pass taken in by his big tight end.
And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals' 41-yard line. They only needed 1 yard on 3rd down. They get 10 instead by going to the air.
This offensive game plan has just been sensational. I mean, when you think about all the different ways they've gotten their receivers open so far, it's really been impressive. Scheme, design, execution.
A short throw. This is caught by Cox.
And a nice job to break free of 1 tackle, but it slowed his momentum somewhat, and he's taken down right after. Here now, 2nd and 9 from the 39-yard line. Richardson out of the shotgun. A short throw pulled in by Woods.
So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And this will wind up being a 3rd and 3. They'll look to throw again.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals' 23. Another good reception there. The Colts on the march.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material.
A short throw. This is caught by Cox. They'll get him to the ground at the 20 following a pickup of 4.
From the 20, here's 2nd and 6. Yeah, Richardson back to throw it. That's complete to his running back, Herbert.
And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line.
They'll run with Herbert.
And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
1 quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. We'll return with more preseason football on EA Sports. Back now in Cincinnati. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4.
They'll run here with Herbert.
And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown.
Khalil Herbert
With his second touchdown of the night.
And the Colts have sewn this one up as they add to their lead here in the 4th. Some good running there at the end of the drive. He had the burst that set up the 1st and goal, and then one play later, he's in the end zone.
Brandon, what I liked about that sequence is I'm not sure who made the play call, but they understood the situation, understood the momentum. A nice hard-charging run, give it right back to him, and let him cap things off.
Sanchez now, he'll kick it away following the touchdown. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
Cincinnati now ready to take the field.
We said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Back to throw, Woodside. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. He completes it to Jones. And this will be good for a pickup of 9 to the 46.
Here now, 3rd and a yard.
They'll bring the tight end in motion right. Here's Woodside to throw.
A short throw there, pulled in by All.
So that'll be no better than an incompletion. And that's going to bring up a 4th down.
Excuse my snarkiness here, but isn't the idea of completing a pass supposed to mean you get downfield and gain yards?
Especially on 3rd down.
Yeah, that one. How about the defense? Figured that one out in a big way. Yeah, they completed it all right and lost yardage.
Able to find the open man. That's complete.
And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. 4th down, trailing in the 4th quarter. They felt compelled to go for it, and they got it.
Well, I'd look down at my play sheet, and what I would find, plays that have been successful throughout the game that have worked at the distance you need, and that's exactly what they got done.
Now Woodside.
That one tipped, and it's incomplete. Well, good hands there defensively. It's 2nd down.
Woodside looks to throw.
Oh, that'll be incomplete. Oh, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
Woodside. The Colts are going to get him. Down he goes. And now that brings up 4th down there. A loss of 6 yards on the sack. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. The Bengals try it, but it doesn't work out. And it'll be a turnover on downs. Well, their first 4th down attempt earlier was successful. This one backfires for a turnover on downs.
I like their aggressiveness. I like what they're doing. They got it the first time they went for it. Why not a second time? I don't think they'll be daunted from attempting it again. If you're on the defensive side of the ball, though, any 4th down stop is a big momentum play.
They'll run here with Herbert.
And down to the 44, 5 yards that time.
If you're a coach, you'll absolutely take that run every time on first down because it really sets you up to go in a number of directions here on second.
Second down, they go back to Herbert. And a pretty good burst right there as he'll take this down to the 33. 89 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's gone on.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Herbert once more.
And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down.
Off play action. Leonard. A short throw. This is caught by Cox.
And he is going to have a Colts 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on 3rd down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
Complete. This is Mitchell. And he's down inside the 5 at the 4 before he's out of bounds.
Well, we saw plenty of throws like this on Saturdays in South Bend last year. This one results in a 1st down here.
They have the nice cushion. They just want to pour it on right now, still throwing the football.
And I know my background says, why do you need to do this? Just go ahead and run out the clock and get a win. But as many people have pointed out to me, this is a video game, man. Go ahead and put the numbers up. Sportsmanship, not an issue.
Exercise those fingers. Line of scrimmage, again the 4-yard line. 2nd and goal. Now a first carry here for their running back. And he gets halfway there from the 4 to the 2 on a gain of 2.
3rd and goal as they look to pour some more salt in the wound.
Back to throw. Leonard. And he's got his target. It's caught for a Colts touchdown. Mo Alley Cox. A 2-yard touchdown grab.
And the Colts continue to run up the score. They lead it big here in the 4th. Well, with this rookie QB, we talk a lot about his ball placement and how good he can be at laying it right in there. I think we just saw, Charles, though, the strength of that arm. That was an absolute rifle for the completed touchdown.
It absolutely was, and let's face it, you think he was really ready to get that first touchdown? Absolutely. He threw that pass with authority, just as you described. Big-time arm right there, and let's face it, a lot of quarterbacks used to be pitchers in baseball. The fastball was usually their best pitch, and we saw it there.
And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29.
And out now, here come the Bengals.
Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, that's a good way of pointing things out because now it's not a total loss because, as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just out-personnelled. They were going up against a team that's playing at an elite level.
Throwing here, Woodside.
That's to his tight end all.
His big game continues. 10 catches now and another 1st down. Back to throw here. Williams brings it in. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
Now, 4th quarter, certainly not enough time for a comeback, but nice to see them making use of the time remaining to try and make this one a little more respectable.
Yeah, I think the ultimate goal, good execution, be crisp, be sharp, and find a way to put some points on the board to make this thing look just a little bit better.
Looking left side, he's got it, complete. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Back to throw again.
That one caught by all, the tight end.
And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. He'll get this out to his running back, Pirine. And here he'll get it down to the 7. It'll go down as a gain of 6, and it'll be 2nd down. Again, he'll drop to throw. And it's caught.
And the Bengals are going to be set up with a 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1. Moss looking for a signal, but none forthcoming. They stopped him shy of the goal line.
Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And this is going to be intercepted.
Picked up by Juju Brents. And the Colts are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line.
The utter domination here just continues. This defense, I don't know what more we can say all around about their performance.
Well, it certainly feels in this game like maybe they're facing a Canadian defense. 12 guys on the field. It feels like there's an extra on every snap because they have really struggled to make headway through the air.
1st and 10, and kind of tipping their hand at running the ball. 3 tight ends are out there.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up 2nd down. From the 22, here's 2nd and 8.
He's going to try and do this himself.
And maybe the wrong read there as he's going to go down immediately. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down. Off the play fake. Leonard. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
So many times when we talk about coverage, we're just about a defender running with a receiver, but a big part of it is understanding where the football is, finding it. In this case, when it arrived, it wasn't a surprise, and he was able to bat it away.
A 40-yard punt, give him 3 on the return. Now the Cincinnati offense ready to see what they can do here.
Even though they were able to force the punt defensively, still a big hole to climb out of, especially at this late stage of the contest.
A very good starting field position for the Bengals here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 42. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. They'll look to throw here on 1st down. And Jones has it over the middle. So the completion good for 7 there, and it'll be 2nd down. They'll set up to throw. He'll find Jones again, complete. And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another 1st down. They'll set up a throw. And he will find his man on the outside. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards, and it'll be 2nd down. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. His throw caught right around the 6.
And the Bengals are going to have a 1st and goal as the tackle is made at about the 5.
He'll look to throw. And he's got it. Nice job defensively to hold him to 4, and now it's 2nd and goal. They'll look to throw again. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. And he'll actually lose a little bit of yardage here. Back to the 2. This will wind up a loss on the play. And now what we have here, a 3rd and goal. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Flushed out right. He opted to go with a scramble, gets 2 yards, and now it's 4th. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Bengals in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They come up on a 4th down situation with things not looking particularly rosy.
McPherson's kick is good.
And they'll get back 3, but this remains a large deficit. Well, in the grand scheme of things, those 3 points likely not going to matter much, but I guess they get a little closer, a little more respectability.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been outplayed all game long, but like my mom used to tell me all the time before I went out, dress up a little bit, son. Make yourself respectable. And that's what they're doing here. They're just dressing up the final score.
This offense making its way back out, led by their running back. And he has put in a full game's work and then some. Just an incredible performance on the ground to this point in the 4th quarter. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he'll be tackled just past the 35 at the 36. They'll come up facing 3rd and 5.
Looking to throw. Leonard.
And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to. Well, up big here in the 4th quarter, up really big. That pass and incompletion, I don't think they needed the completion, but Charles, this is an offense right now that they're just having fun. They're clicking on all cylinders.
Yeah, you're right. They didn't need a completion. They certainly don't need any more points, but they're not going to turn them down. They're going to continue to run what they have in their playbook, and they still want to run it efficiently.
They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9.
Taken down for the 5th time this game. Multiple defenders there to get him.
Talk about 2 sides of the ball at cross purposes, because mercifully this game's almost over for the offense, but the defense, they still want to get a few shots in. That front 7, they've loved this ball game. They've been able to pad their stats, and maybe some backups can get in and get a sack as well.
A higher scoring game, Charles, than we typically see in the National Football League, but fun to watch these offenses. They were really clicking. It seemed like everything that they dialed up worked.
Yeah, it certainly was fun to watch from our perspective. How'd you like to be those defensive coaches, though? That wasn't a blast for them at all. And let's face it, they all game plan, they all scout, they all think they're prepared, but executing and stopping teams, that's another matter entirely.
I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.